So today I am going to be showing you guys how to grow your Google business profile and rank for multiple phrases, get more phone calls, more leads via your Google business profile or your GBP as some people call it. Also, very quickly, if you are into digital marketing, you want to grow and scale your digital presence, I am actually hosting a in-person SEO conference on the 27th of June and also a private mastermind on the 28th of June as well. So if this is something that you're actually interested in, it's happening in Manchester. You've got the likes of Craig Campbell talking about website flipping. You've got the likes of Lara Costa talking about how to generate more leads for your SEO agency using LinkedIn. You've got James Daly talking about lead generation, Carrie Rose talking about digital PR, and many, many more. So if you want to learn from the best, head over to the Masterminders and grab your tickets. So a few things that we need to do for our Google business profile to actually rank higher. So step number one, and again, this might be sucking eggs, but for any of the more advanced guys watching this, what you want to make certain that you're doing is actually filling out your profile and it's being kept up to date. So for example, making certain that you actually have got all of the services listed. So the services that you actually provide on your website. So these are the actual services that these guys provide. Making certain that they are actually listed on your Google business profile. And the reason for that as well is obviously I've just searched for lawyers in Manchester here. But if somebody is searching for personal injury lawyer Manchester, there's a higher chance for your Google business profile to actually appear for that secondary phrase. Or for example, if somebody search for family law Manchester or immigration lawyer Manchester, you've just got more chance of showing up for secondary keywords, or some people call it LSIs as well. One added thing as well when you are doing the actual services here is you need to make certain that you are actually including these services as dedicated landing pages on your actual website. So obviously they do have, or they've got family law, they've got immigration lawyers or immigration lawyer as an actual Google business profile service, but they've also got it as a page here. So family lawyers, and as you can see, they've got a dedicated landing page here. And the reason that is really important is you need to make certain that you're matching up the services on your Google business profile alongside the services that are listed on your actual website. So you need to make certain that you've got them listed on your Google business profile and also as a dedicated landing page on your website. The reason for that is because you're not missing out anything. You're completing the dots, as some people call it, for Google. So if I had a website, for example, and I didn't have family lawyer as a dedicated landing page like what these guys have done, and it was actually listed on my Google business profile, Google would be a little bit uncertain when it comes to trying to rank for my secondary keywords. Another thing that you can also do as well is make certain that you actually have got photos being uploaded of inside and also outside of your actual establishment. Some people, if you are in more of a visual niche, for example, if I was to search kitchen remodeling Manchester, some people actually have a lot more images. Like, for example, law, it's not really like a sexy product to call it that. So they don't actually have that many images. But if we were to go to, for example, these guys here, where did they go here? They're going to have way more services, or sorry, way more images being uploaded. See all photos, and as you can see, they've got so many kitchen remodeling and bath. Do they do a bit of bathroom? I think these guys only do kitchen, but they've got so many before and after photos. So if you've got like a visual product, I highly recommend doing something like this, where you make certain that you're actually uploading the images, the befores, the afters. If you're like a gardener, for example, this is like prime what you should be doing, making just certain that you have got a load of images. Now, again, one thing that's just like really important, but the more advanced people will already know this, is if you've got a telephone number listed here, make certain that it's actually matching the telephone number listed on your website as well. Let's just see here. Manchester. It should be the exact same. So 01615246338. 0161524. So it's actually different here. So this is a prime example of what you shouldn't be doing, making certain that your telephone number is actually the same. This is really important. Then same goes with the actual address structure. So some people might have like 109 Cheetham Hill Road. You just need to make certain that it's the exact same thing across both of your address, your contact us page, your website, and also your Google business profile as well. So tip number 2, and this is going to sound really simple as soon as I say it, but making certain that you actually embed your Google Maps listing on your website. And again, this is helping connect the dots for Google. In some cases, like, again, not in every single case, but in some cases, there are two businesses that are very similar in names, so just make certain that if there is, you're embedding your Google Maps listing. And I know that in some cases, like for example, few more spammier industries like locksmiths, for example, a lot of locksmiths are called very similar business names like quickunlocks.co.uk or locksmithsnearme.co.uk and stuff like that. So if you are in one of those industries and your Google Maps listing isn't ranking, that could be the reason why. Just make certain that you're actually embedding it. You can either embed it on the Contact Us page, or you could actually embed it in your footer as well. It depends on how many locations you actually have. Like this company here is more so a franchise because they're actually in Manchester and also Birmingham, which is like two completely different towns in the UK. So what they've done is they've listed they've embedded their Google Map listing on the actual landing page for Birmingham, and then they've got a different maps listing for their Manchester page as well. So the third tip, and this is going to sound like really like a duh moment, I already know that type thing, but again, making certain that you're getting reviews. So many businesses, they have been around for 10, 15, 20 years, longer than I've been around, and they've barely got any reviews, or they might have like 2.5 stars out of 5. So make certain that you've actually just got a good digital presence online. Like this is just online reputation management in its simplest form. So if you've got like 3 reviews and it's like one's 5 star, one's 2 star, and one's 1 star, it's going to be an average of like 2.5 stars. So just make certain that you're actually getting reviews consistently. I know that can be a hard thing, but there's a few different things that you can do. Like you can send out emails to your pre-existing client base, especially if you've got like a CRM system in place. That's like really simple to do. You can incentivize people to leave a review. Another thing that you can also do as well is when people visit your actual store, you can actually have like a QR code or an NFC card that when they tap their phone, it goes to your Google business profile and it gets them to leave a review that way. This is like the review cards that I was talking about before. Let's see if there's a demonstration here. So as you can see, that's the actual review card. You tap it and then it comes up on your actual phone, and then they can actually leave the review right there and then. So that's one way of getting more reviews. Equally as important, make certain that you are replying to the reviews as well. These guys, they actually are replying to the reviews, but again, so many businesses, they just don't leave any replies to the reviews. So make certain that if you are replying to the reviews, you're actually working in the keyword that you're trying to rank for. So in this case, they're trying to rank for lawyers in Manchester. Just make certain that you're actually including that. Thank you for thank you for getting in touch about your legal case in Manchester, right? Something along those lines would definitely work. And again, it would just help you try to get into the top 3 spots in your Google Maps listing. So the next tip, so tip number 4, is the updates section or the post section. Now, these guys, they don't actually have that many posts. Let's see if anybody else has got some posts, updates. 7th of February 2022. So not many people actually take advantage of the posts. One thing that you can definitely do is any frequently asked questions that you get as an actual business, you can turn those into actual updates. And then you can also internally link them to any of your blogs as well. So kind of similar to what these guys have done here. So that's another way of getting more engagement on your Google Business Profile. And again, the post section should almost be treated as if like to just show that you're more of a bona fide company. It might not be a direct correlating ranking factor right now, but it could definitely make or break a deal. So if, say for example, your competitor has 35 posts and you don't have any, that's just one thing that you're missing out on, that people might on the last minute, if they're making a decision between like two solar panel companies or two law firms, they might go with your competitor. So it's just one of those things that you want to make certain that you're doing, and just keeping up to date, even if it's not maybe once a month or maybe even once a week. That's what I would recommend. Another added tip as well when it comes to like posts and stuff like that, if you are ever uncertain of like what type of content to actually be posting, there is a tool called Localo, and it will tell you which type of keywords or which words to actually include in your posts. So if you are ever uncertain about like what type of posts that you need to do, make certain to just sign up to Localo, and this will actually help you. You can also schedule posts, so they have got like AI built in, so this will allow you to schedule in posts for like the next 60 days or for the next 3 months or whatever you want to do. This next step is probably like one of the most important steps, especially if you've never done this before, and that is building local citations. So I'm going to use Localo for this because I'm already logged in, but getting listed on sites like, for example, FreeIndex, birdeye.com, England NHS, this is like a dental Google Business Profile, so hence why it's telling us to get listed on on the NHS website. But making certain that you actually have got your business profile or your address listed on as many different directories, local directories, citations. Another way that you can also do this as well is if we go to Google, you can do certain phrases like Manchester citations, or actually Manchester directories is probably the better or the correct terminology. And as you can see here, there's so many different Manchester related directories. You could swap this out for like New York if you're in America. So you've got all of these different directories. You could even just search like business directory as well. So in some cases you might get like some wild directories like police directory, right? You don't want to get listed on there. But there's also like, there's all of these like New York Chamber of Commerce directory, and you can get listed on these. Now, in some cases, they might not all be free. Some of them might be paid. I would just do my due diligence and see if the directory ranks for anything. If it does, I might consider paying. If it doesn't, I'd probably not get that. You can also do like niche specific. So you could do dental business directory, and there's all of these different dentist directories. You could do like lawyer business directory, and again, all of these different directories that you can get your actual business listed on. And then tip number 6, and I've already kind of covered this, but equally as important is making certain that you've actually got videos on your Google Business Directory, either if it's just inside of your office, outside of your office, your product like this. So that's like, I've kind of already covered that with the photos, but again, videos can definitely help with more user engagement and more time spent on the actual Google Business Profile. If you've got like 4 2-minute videos, that can definitely help rank your Google Business Profile and keep people on your profile for a much longer period of time as well. So tip number 7, I believe, is making certain that you actually have got prominent terms in the correct places. And what I mean by that is if we take a look here, right, your business name and also your business description should actually have the keywords that are listed here. Like there's basically what Localo does, and you can do this manually as well if you really wanted to. It takes a look at all other business names or all of your competitors' business names, and it gives you like a list of different keywords to actually include in your business description. And as you can see here, we've got Baker Street Dental, if I was to just remove the street and dental, we've obviously got none. But you can actually swap this out. This is the actual business description here. So making certain that you've got the actual prominent name or the keywords in the actual business name helps, and also in the business description as well. So this business description can obviously be a little bit longer. You can have more keywords in your actual business description. The last tip is your FAQ section. So this is really important that you're keeping up to date, especially if people are frequently asking this. Now, these guys, they have replied to question 4 years ago, but they've not actually kept it up to date. So for example, do you offer carpentry and joinery services? Do you provide electrical services? Hi, do you offer free quotes? They've obviously replied to this, but they've not replied to these 2 questions up top. So that's one thing to make certain that you are keeping on top of, because if loads of questions are being thrown at you, and in some industries there are more questions being asked prior to someone actually inquiring with you. But again, if you're not replying to the FAQs, it kind of triggers to Google to be like, is this company actually update? Like, is it not? So just remember, you are actually replying to the Google questions or the FAQs as well. So that has been my video on 8 tips on improving your Google business profile. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. And like what I said at the start of the video, if you want to grow your SEO knowledge, you want to be in the right room with the right people, head over to the Masterminders 27th and the 28th of June in Manchester. Grab your tickets while you can. Otherwise, if you want to just hire me, maybe you want consultation, maybe you're struggling to rank your website, head over to kadradash.com, fill in the contact form, and I will be in touch. Thanks for watching.